The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media. Welcome to Season 5 of Level Up Podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly Levy. I'm here to guide you on a journey of personal growth and fulfillment. Join me as we delve into the challenges of both business and personal life, aiming to discover our true selves and connect more deeply with the world around us. On this podcast, we'll explore the topics that inspire and empower us to become the best version of ourselves. From book reviews to interviews with iconic individuals, we'll have insightful conversations that resonate with your journey. And a big thank you to our sponsors, the Boys and Girls Club of America, Greater Conejo Valley, and Levy's Deli for supporting the show and helping us bring these valuable discussions to you. Please share, rate, and review the podcast. And thank you so much for listening. You can also leave your comments at Kimberly Levy on social media. Thank you for your feedback and thank you for listening. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I know you have many other things you can be doing, but I hope you are enjoying your day, your night, your morning, whatever you're doing. I really enjoy being with you. Thank you for allowing me to be in your ear and to have me in your ear with you. And you guys know this is my most favorite thing in the world. So I just wanted to say thank you again for listening. And by the way, speaking of listening, have you guys heard one of my newest shows? It's Heal, the number 2, Feel. And that is a show that I just launched with Mercedes Javid from Shaws of Sunset and Liat Gerst, who is one of my dear friends. And I love that show. I freaking love it. And let me tell you, those girls are awesome. They're awesome. They're rad. I wasn't sure what to expect from MJ. If you guys have ever watched Shaw's, you know why. Because, we were all a little bit messy when we were a little younger, Let's just, come on. You guys know, look in the mirror. I wasn't sure what to expect. When you guys really start watching the show, you're going to see a whole different human with MJ. You're going to be shocked. She is lovely. She is kind. She's a businesswoman. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's a freaking hustler. I love her. She's one of my besties. Swear to God. Love her. Love you, MJ. I'll probably have them on my show at some point, or I'll just swap. Maybe I'll bring some of their content and share it here so you guys can get little teasers and hear their show. But I can tell you that we've had some awesome guests on already. The show launched 2/12, which was exactly when we were hoping to. Despite the fires, despite the Super Bowl, despite all the things going on, we were able to get their podcast successfully launched. And it's such a good show. It really is. And the two of them are such a good, odd couple pairing. Liat is just so insightful and studious. And then MJ is kind of represents the rest of us. We don't know about Reiki. We don't know about, just the spirituality or super wellnessy type stuff. And she really goes through crazy transformations. So shout out to MJ and Liat. Love them. We've had wonderful guests. I'm not going to say the guests that we haven't released because I don't want to it's not my place to spoil their guests, but they're good. Now I will tell you, we did just have Annalyn McCord on, who she was on 90210, The Reboot, Nip Tuck, and Days of Our Lives, I think she's on. Holy crap. She's brilliant. Oh, wow. She is brilliant. She's super, super smart, that woman. And that woman is beautiful too. She's super smart. She's super beautiful. Go listen to that episode because it was good. I was sitting there just captivated. I'm like, damn, this girl's good. She was made for television. She was made to entertain. She's what you see is what you get, which I love that. By the way, I freaking love that. If you are not being your most authentic self, get your shit together. Love yourself and be who you are, especially if you're looking to launch a podcast or a brand. I was sitting on the plane on the way home from the Super Bowl, and one of the girls was there at the Super Bowl, and we were seated together, and she was lovely, and we both had lost our moms. We were crying together. We were laughing together, the whole bit. We were totally bonded. Love her. And she was telling me she wants to launch a brand. We were talking about it. I'm not going to share any details about it. I like to keep people's privacy. But anyway, I said, you got to make sure you have a public profile. nobody can buy from you. Nobody can follow you if they don't know who you are. So I'm only just randomly telling you guys this because I used to be like that, where I was like afraid to be seen, yet wanted to have a business where you are seen. I wanted to have a successful podcast. Well, guess what? If people don't know about you, they can't buy your product, they can't buy your service, they can't follow your content. Like, you have to make yourself available. Just common sense. Just think about it for a second. So get over being afraid and just put yourself out there. And the other thing I want to tell you on that note, since I'm on this little like soapbox about this for a second, I know that I know the feeling of being like, well, I'm a behind the scenes person. Lies. If you're saying that, that's because you want to be in front of the camera. So go be in front of the camera and stop telling yourself the lie. I literally just had a very, very prominent person in the industry tell me that. And he was sitting there pitching his show to me the whole time. I'm like, you realize you just sat there and pitched your show to me. Like, you clearly do want to be in the front if you have this entire concept baked in your head. Like, we're launching your show, obviously. So stop. Like, stop pretending. Yeah. And, but what I was going to say is, people don't give a shit about you. They really don't. So don't give a shit what they think about you. And I assure you, like, if you're somebody sitting there, like, hoping and wishing to have a brand, a personal brand, or just being the face of your brand, or whatever the heck it is, or just like wanting to launch something, whatever it is you're dreaming of on that kind of in that space, don't overthink it. Just show up exactly as you are. That's how people know you, is if you show up places where they can see you. You can't hide behind closed doors. And being afraid of what other people think, like, I get it, but like, you get over it really fast, because you'll find out very quickly how little people actually care about you. Unless you're already famous, like somebody like me, nobody like cares. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is sitting there like judging me and picking me apart. And if they are, they're like literally not important. And I just don't care. Like, I genuinely, it makes zero impact. Like, if you are sitting here hate listening to my show, like, I don't care. Like, first of all, thank you for listening. Thank you. And I hope you like share it with everybody. And so what I'm saying is, you're going to die. And nobody really cares that much about you. So you might as well go do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what I'm telling you. Don't sit around in fear. It is so trivial. It is so unimportant. And you are literally hurting your own self, by like holding yourself back with that like line of thinking. So I hope that I give you some guts. By the way, if that is you and you've been marinating and mulling it over and want to launch a podcast, call your girl. Call me. We help you. That's what we do. We love launching shows. We're obsessed with launching your podcast. It's like, hang out with me and you'll see. Like, you will see. It is literally the thrill of my life to launch your show. And I would have never thought that, but it is. So give your girl a little hug. Come hang out with me. And if you're in the local area, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my business, a little bit more for a quick second. My business has exploded, and I'm so grateful for that. And I am building out a studio. I was in a studio, I moved out of the studio, and now I'm finding a new studio. And I have the most incredible people that are helping me build it. Shout out Jason Harriton, who is incredible. And they are world class at building sound stages. They're the biggest soundstage builders in the world. And I happen to have them as friends. So grateful for that. And we have a kick-ass production team. We just like, I'm just grateful. And I really, really, really mean that. Like, it has been so hard to build this business. Like, I'm so grateful that it's like going, because it has been a struggle. It is not easy to build a business. I really cannot overstate that enough. Like, when you see successful people and you see the results of their hard work, you don't see like how tough it really is. It is so hard to start a business from zero. You have no idea unless you have done it. So shout out to all you entrepreneurs out there. And if you are somebody that has a business, I love working with you on the podcasting front, because we work with you on converting and elevating your brand and helping you attract more customers into your business. And we help you use your podcast as a networking tool. So there are just so many incredible benefits of having a podcast, and it's so fun. Yeah, it truly is so fun. And yeah, so that's kind of that. So stay tuned. I'll be giving you guys more behind the scenes about my studio because I'm actually in the middle of negotiating a lease. And I'm not going to tell you where and all the details yet, but I will once I have it like locked in. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to invite you. I want you to come shoot content, do photo shoots, do all the fun things there, and like just have the best time with me because that's like truly the love of my life besides my kids. Speaking of my kids, I have to tell you, I've been so busy working and there's so much guilt because when you have your own business especially, but even just in the world of like you're working, you feel so bad because you don't always feel present with your kids and I hate that feeling. It's the worst feeling in the world. But I want to take this opportunity to tell you it is my sweet son Carter's 9th birthday tomorrow, and I am dying. My baby, my boy. Yes, Mr. Smiles, my little hunk. Yeah, we've been talking about him since he was what, 3 years old or something, 4 years old. Yeah, he's been on the podcast briefly. He's turning 9 and he has a crush. Okay. That's where we're at. It's like he's a teenager. I want to literally kill myself. It is so bad. Um, I don't even have words for it. Like I've blinked and my child's 9. What is going on right now? He loves ice hockey. He loves football and he loves girls. Yeah, that's my son. And let me tell you, I'm like, of course, because you have been flirting with women since you were literally 3 months old. And I swear to God, I will never forget the first clear time I saw him completely flirt with a stranger and he was 3 months old. Do you want to know what happened? We were living in the city. We went to Trader Joe's. I remember it clear as day. And he would do this thing where, he's a baby. Like I'm holding him in a carrier, like literally 3 months, like a blob. And this beautiful Asian woman. She's probably like a grandma type. She must have been, I mean, like a spry grandma, like a beautiful woman, truly, maybe in her 60s, right? Some like beautiful woman. And she is looking at my son and she's trying to do peekaboo and like get him to like laugh. And she's like, oh, hi, cutie. And he's like this fat baby, like bald. And she's like trying to like get him to like smile or like giggle or respond. And he's just staring her down. And she's like about to give up. And just as she's about to give up, he busts out the biggest smile you have ever seen. This giant Carter gummy smile. No teeth, obviously. And she's like, oh, and like eating out of his hand, right? Like, I'm like, holy shit. Because I saw him do it a couple times over and over. I'm like, my son is game. He literally knows exactly what he's doing. He's playing the ladies, he's working the grandma circuit, he's practicing flirting. And now he's 9 and has a girlfriend. I'm dead. I cannot do this. What is going on right now? Like, I want you to be a child, play with toys. Why are you even thinking about girls? I have no idea, but I am traumatized. I am not going to lie. I'm really unhappy about it, to be perfectly honest. But at the same time, so like, I kind of discourage it because I don't want to like encourage it. But then at the same time, I'm like, the fact that he's willing to be so honest with me and tell me what he's feeling and how he's feeling and what's going on at school and all of that, I'm like, I can't just like tell him, like, stop liking this girl. You know, like that's not realistic. I cannot control the fact that my son has a crush on a girl and that the girl seemingly feels like she enjoys him too. And that's human nature, you know? And even though they're in 3rd grade and I'm so upset about it, I'm also like, you know what? I have to appreciate the fact that he trusts me enough to like not judge him, not say anything like negative or anything like that. But I am trying to like redirect his energy and things like that. But like it is what it is. I don't even know. Send help. Tell me, is your 3rd grader having crushes? Is this a thing? Because I don't remember that in 3rd grade. Maybe a little bit, but like, I mean, there's like sagas. And I said, Carter, what does it mean to have a crush on each other? And because he said, like, we have a crush on each other. And I was like, what does that mean? And he said, when you have okay, you have a crush on someone when they look at you and you look at them and you both start to blush. Yes, that's what he freaking said. That's what my son said to me, my 8-year-old who's almost 9. Like, pretty spot on, right? Like, nailed it. So, and then he like asked her out on a date to go get ice cream at the Commons after school. To which I'm like, you don't make dates, first of all. I didn't say that, but I really wanted to say all this. And then he's like, text her mom, text her mom. So I text the mom and I'm like, hi, yeah, we haven't met before. Your daughter and my son wanted to try and get together for a play date, maybe get some ice cream after school one day. And she's like, how nice. She's making friends. Um, let's do it on a weekend. I'm like, great. Obviously, I don't think she knows the extent to which they want to have a play date, like what the nature of the play date, like that they like each other, right? So that's awkward. And I don't even have words for any of it. And I'm just totally letting you guys know this is where I'm at in life. And I'm terrified about it. So yes, we did a speed racing party for Carter. I did not over engineer any. I brought 0 decorations. I ordered the food in advance. It was 10 kids. It was so chill. I got a cake from Vaughn's, which by the way, they don't even have somebody that writes your child's name on there anymore at Vaughn's. They had to like let that role go. So I just got a 9 candle and it was fine. And he didn't seem to mind. It was chocolate cake. But it was chill. It was like nothing over the top. Like I've decided to cancel these over the top parties. I've already thrown all those kinds of fancy, crazy parties. Like until it's my kids' bar and bat mitzvahs, I am not throwing fancy parties for my kids. It's unnecessary. Like, what are we trying to prove to each other? What? That we're rich? That we're better than each other? That we're better moms? I don't understand. Why do we have to have these over the top lavish parties? Now, look, some of you ladies out there, you're just queens. You're domestic goddesses. You just love it. Genuinely, you live for that. So I'm not going to take that from you. But for the rest of us that don't actually fucking like it, I'm just going to let you know I see you and I am you. And we need to stand strong and say, you know what? My kid's turning 9. You get a cake from Vaughn's without your name on it, and you get 10 friends without decorations. No, there are no goodie bags. You're too old for that. And I'm too tired. You know? And that's that. And guess what? If you don't think I'm a fancy enough mom, then you don't have to be my fucking friend. How's that? How do you like them apples? That's what I say. I'm done with the pressure, with the mom pressure. I'm over it. I don't care. So look, if you're going to like have a party with like a zoo and a party truck, I'm here for it. I'm here. Good for you, girl. I see you and I think you're fabulous. But I'm telling you, I'm too tired and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. There's no more balloons. There's no more like fancy characters that come. There's no more little ice cream truck stations. I'm not doing it. I'm not renting furniture. I'm not getting a DJ. Until it is your bar bat mitzvah, you're just going to be a regular kid in the 90s, like when I was a regular kid. That's how we do it. All right? Now, thank you for that rant, letting me air that, okay? And if you're with me, please can you let me know because I don't hear anything back from you guys. Can you please text me or DM me or tag me so I know I'm not alone? Okay, so we're bringing back normal, regular parties where you take your kid to a park, you get some pizza, you get a couple kids together, you run them around, you exhaust them, you sing happy birthday after your pizza, and then you go home. That's that. Anyway, it was a fabulous party. Thank you for asking. Carter had a great time. The kids do not know the difference. They don't. They have no idea and they don't care. They want to be with their friends. They want to eat good food. They want to run around. They want to play on all the games and all the things, and it's great. And the parents get it. Yes, they get it. Even my fancy friends. So that's kind of that. I pulled Charlotte out of gymnastics because it was going till 8 p.m. and then our whole family wasn't going to bed till 9 p.m. during the school week. So I pulled her out. Every single day since I pulled her out, which was 2 months ago, she's been begging to go back. So I thought she would move on and maybe I could get her into sports that I like, such as tennis. And not so much. She desperately wants to go back to gymnastics. But the good news is at least we avoided the competition season, which they had a competition in Las Vegas. Yes, like that's what I'm talking about for my 7-year-old. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Sorry. Like you're not Simone Biles. You're going to be way too tall for that. But yeah. But then I did feel a little bad because Liat had gotten me a Reiki treatment or something, whatever. She sent her Reiki person, Sherry Reiki, who's also on the Heal to Feel podcast. And I was like, what is this? She sends it to me as like a gift. That woman changed my life. And one thing she did say was, whatever Charlotte wants to do, let her do it because she's going to thrive in a very big way. And you really need to let her do what she's passionate about. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I just pulled her out of gymnastics. She's like, re-enroll her just like that. And I was like, oh. So now I'm like, wait, am I like preventing my child from like being her best self? Like, she plays basketball, but it's only because Maddie, her best friend since preschool, plays. She's not great at it. She's not bad. She's just like, she's good, but like, she's not going to be in the WNBA. I'm fine with it. She doesn't love it. She doesn't love it. She's there for her best friend. That's why she's there. Carter's doing ice hockey still. Baby London still has her pacifier. She still poops in her pants. She now is potty trained for the pee side of things. And that's the kind of mom I am, apparently. When I had Becky, Becky had those kids with no pacifiers and no diapers before they turned 2. She was amazing, and I don't have Becky. And now this is the real type of parent I am without any help because we have no help. So, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on in my world. And, you know, I just like shooting the shit with you guys, you know? I like telling you stories. You know why? Because I like to hear other people's crazy stories. Oh, how's my tennis? Thank you for asking. Not so great. Per usual, not so great. Let's see. You know what's crazy is people continue to tell me, "Oh, you're not as bad as you say. You're good at tennis." Well, I don't think so. No, ma'am. I'm not. I'm really not actually very good. Like, yes, I'm better than 0 when I started, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm not good. I don't win any games. Like, what are you talking about? I think it's because they love me and they like think I have this like sparkling, you know, they see my sparkling personality, which obviously I have. Thank you very much. I will own it. You know, I love these girls, but like I'm not that good at tennis, but I'm having a great time. I've been so busy working, standing up so many incredible shows. I'm so grateful for that. But my tennis has suffered. Oh, you know what? Oh, hi. Why are okay, Charlotte just walked in. And she's covered in wet. What's happening right now? Wait, tell us. Tell the people because I'm podcasting now. Tell the people. Talk on the mic so they can hear.
I gardened all the plants and then I got myself soaked and I was filling up the water a million times.
You were gardening?
Yes.
Oh, with Daddy?
No, he was in the middle of it.
So you were gardening by yourself?
Yes.
Was Carter helping?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, can I ask you something since I have you?
Yeah.
What do you think of me pulling you out of gymnastics? And please speak in the mic because then they can't hear you. What do you think of me pulling you out of gymnastics? Are you okay with it?
I'm so sad.
Why?
Because you're evil.
Oh, thank you. That's not nice. Why? What? Seriously, what do you want? Are you good? Are you good? Are you fine to move on?
Are you good? Are you fine to move on? I am not good.
You're not good?
No.
You're not good at gymnastics?
No, I'm good at gymnastics.
So are you saying you what?
I want to be back in gymnastics.
See, I told you guys.
What?
I told them that I pulled you out of gymnastics and you still want to go back. And I'm like, no. Anyway, yeah. I mean, we love the people there. We love our friends at gymnastics. Don't get me wrong. We're obsessed, but.
You're evil.
Oh, thank you. Okay, go get changed, sweetheart. Go get changed because we're going to have a fun movie night and you're going to watch Wicked. Anything else you want to say to the listeners? They're a bunch of moms, so be careful what you say. You're so cute, Charlotte. Do you want to say anything?
Yes.
What?
You're evil.
Thank you. Okay, see you later, girl.
See ya later.
You're
Mr. McGregor Gator.
Okay, Mr. McGregor from the Rabbit. What was it from?
Peter Rabbit.
Oh, Peter Rabbit. Thank you.
I'm watching you.
I'm watching you. Okay, go get ready. Go get ready.
I'm watching you.
Okay. So yes. Okay, so now you've heard it from the horse's mouth. She's pissed. She's joking right now, but she actually is like really pissed. So that's how we're doing over here at the Lovey household. What else? I'm trying to think of what else I think is kind of interesting. Honestly, I'm just so busy working, and I'm so obsessed with working, and I'm so obsessed with standing up everybody's podcast. I tell you that 27 times a day. I have the best clients. Did I ever tell you that? I have the best clients. They are so freaking cool. And if they're not freaking cool, I don't work with them. So if you're not cool, please don't call me. And if you're an asshole, please don't call me because I have a strict no assholes policy in my business. Side note, if you are crazy or I don't care for you, you're not in my business. Whether you're a client or you're somebody in like on the team or whatever, like if it's not working, we're good. Tonight, I'm going to go celebrate with Sam and Abigail, who you guys know well. So Abby has this thing. I'm going to totally put her on blast right now. Yes, ma'am. I am going to. Abby has this thing where she doesn't tell you when it's her birthday. So I learned this the hard way a couple of years ago when we were new friends. And she's like, hey, can you come over tonight for dinner? And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't. It's my dad's birthday. Like we're doing a whole family dinner, blah, blah, blah. We're going to the city. I find out, you guys, a week later, a full week later, it was her birthday. Like I accidentally overheard Paige, one of our friends, say something. And I'm like, wait, excuse me? Abby, when was your birthday? She's like, January 29th. I'm like, Abigail, wait, when you invited me for dinner, it was your birthday dinner? She's like, yeah. I'm like, who was there? She starts listing all of their friends who I know, like our friends. And I'm like, so I, of course, immediately text Sam. I'm like, Sam, this is your job. Like, because Abby's like, well, what am I going to say? Come to my birthday? Like, people don't need to know. Like, that's weird if I ask people to celebrate my birthday. I'm like, no, I don't know if it's your birthday if you don't tell me. And if I never knew when your birthday was and we're newer friends, like, how am I supposed to celebrate you? I love you, bitch. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand now because now you made me the bad friend. Now I'm the bad friend. I didn't get to celebrate one of my best friends. What are you talking about? I got so pissed. And I'm like, Sam, this is literally your job as her husband is to if she's going to be like that and not tell me, like, it's your job to text me and be like, it's Abby's birthday. Please join us for a dinner that we're hosting at our home with all of our friends. We would love for you and Brian to be there. So anyway, we got into it. So now every year I'm like, before her birthday, I'm like, Abigail, what are we doing for your birthday? And I text her and Sam together because I'm letting Sam know, like, hello, this is actually your job. Hi, how are we going to celebrate your birthday this year? Because I'm still waiting for an invite for something. Oh, yeah, well, me and Sam, we're going to just Sam's out of town and, yeah, well, maybe we're going to go to dinner, just us. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous at this point. I'm pissed. So anyway, this goes on and on between all of us. And long story short, tonight, it's now I don't know, let's see, 3 weeks after her birthday. 3 weeks, folks. I finally am able to get on their calendar and they're able to get on mine because we're all busy. We're traveling. We're this, we're that. So anyway, we finally are going to go to dinner tonight. And guess what time we're going to dinner? This is how cool we are, okay? Let me just tell you. If you're my friend and you're inviting me to dinner at I don't know, 7:30 p.m., it's a hard no. You are pushing up against my bedtime, folks, and I am not kidding. By 8:30, I am yawning. By 8:30, I'm always in bed. Every single night, ask Brian, he will tell you. If it's 8:30 and my older two, for some reason, are not in bed by that time, I'm in bed before them and they will tuck me in because I am tired. I'm done. So anyway, Abigail and Sam, they are like me, early risers, okay? So I basically was like, so do you mind if we meet up at 4:45 for a 5 p.m. dinner? They're like, oh, sounds perfect. I'm like, great, because we need to all be back in bed for our bedtimes at 8 p.m. And they're like, oh, that's dreamy. So this is why we're compatible friends, is because they are lame, kind of like me, And well, Brian stays up a little later than I do. You guys probably know that, but he is more of a night owl, which I cannot. Oh, it's my worst nightmare having to stay up late. I hate it. It's literally the worst time. It's just I'm not my shiniest, I'm just tired. So anyway, we are finally getting a babysitter and we are going to go out to dinner as if we were real adults. Abigail texts me about, I don't know, 2 hours ago saying, so now we're, about to, by this time, we've been planning this for 3 weeks. And she texts me 4 hours before we have to leave. the kids are sick. Let me see if the babysitter is still willing to come. I'm like, oh no. So that's basically, so I'm sitting there waiting and then, sorry. Sorry guys. I'm tired. Anyway, so I thought she's going to have to cancel. And then she's like, okay, babysitter's still willing to come. I'm like, perfect. See you at 4:45. So I have to start getting ready. It is 3:10. And I have to start getting ready for my evening out, which I have to leave in an hour for. You know what I'm doing? How great is this? My kids have never seen Wicked. I was the last person on the planet until last night to understand that Wicked was The Wizard of Oz, but like the new one. I mean, I guess I kind of knew that, but like I didn't really get it. So anyway, long story short, last night, Brian is with Carter at ice hockey as they do on Friday nights. And we go Saturday nights usually as a family to watch his game. So it's practice Friday night with Brian. So just the boys and then the girls are home Friday nights. Anyway, so we found Wicked accidentally. Charlotte's about to do a play at school, The Wizard of Oz. So when she's like, I want to watch the new Wizard of Oz, I was like, okay, great. In my mind, I have no idea this is Wicked. And she had been asking to see it. And she's like, oh, my friends have seen it. Da 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 da. I'm like, okay, well, it's like in Sherman Oaks. Like, we're not going to be able to go there for a 3-hour movie at like 7 p.m. Like, there's no chance. So, long story short, last night she's like, let's see the new Wizard of Oz. So, I'm looking it up and I stumble upon Wicked. I'm like, oh, I get it. Wicked's the new Wizard of Oz. I didn't realize that. So, anyway, embarrassing, I know. But I rented it for $19.99, or no, I bought it for $19.99. So what's so great about it is we watched it for like 20 minutes last night. It's like a 2.5-hour movie. Me and the girls. And then it was like 8 p.m., time to go to bed. Carter gets home. We all go to bed. So then tonight, when we have a babysitter over, she's going to love me because she basically does a popcorn movie night with the kids where they just watch Wicked the entire time we're at dinner. And then we'll be home before bedtime. How great is that? And this is important because it's the first time she's babysitting our kids. And our family knows her really well, but it's our first time like not having Becky or Casey like our live-in. Like we're used to having our live-in, and like I'm not much of a babysitter gal. That's not really like I don't think I've ever had a babysitter actually, come to think of it. No, I haven't. I've only had nannies. So this is a big deal that we're actually like having a babysitter that like comes for only a couple hours and then leaves. So like I'm hoping that it goes really well so that she'll come back again. And then Brian and I maybe could see friends again because we don't ever see our friends. We never go out. We never socialize. By the way, if you're my friend and you're listening, I just want to say I love you. I am so sorry I never see you. And I genuinely don't see any of my friends. Literally, even the people that live next door that are like our best friends, I don't even hardly see them. Except when during the rains, Sam and Abby had a big problem. And Abby calls me and I'm at Trader Joe's. I missed the call. I call her back. She doesn't answer. So I come home with the groceries and I see water pouring out of her front door. And I'm like, what is going on? So I go in there. I run in her house. I'm like, Abigail. It's like it's a downpour at this point, and there's a guy with a raincoat that is not Sam. I have no idea what's going on. I look up. I see Abby taking a bucket and like pouring it out on her front lawn. So she's on the inside of her house, and she has a window open, like a bay window open, and has a bucket in her hand, and she's dumping water out. I'm like, what is happening? So I sprint in her house. I'm like, Abigail, what is happening? She's like, hi. And she is she's drenched wet. She is on her hands and knees trying to mop up with her mom and one of their friends. And Sam's not there. And she has water all over, like full leak. I'm like, what is going on right now? This is bad. So, and it's already happened to them once. So she's like, I called you to see if you had what do you call it? Mop, shot mop? Not a hot mop. That's shop vac. Yes, shop vac. Anyway, it's basically a vacuum for water. And I'm like, no, we don't have that. She's like, okay, because I just sent Sam out to get one. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I got to go get London. I'll come back with towels. She had like 50 towels. They were all already wet. It was so bad. Her beautiful mom was in from Florida, felt so bad. I come back, I bring like 30 towels. No, I bring like 10 towels, whatever I could find. And start trying to frantically like help. It was just bad. So tonight I'm going to get the update because next thing I know now they're like having all this construction. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. They're falling apart at the Query residence, okay? That's all I can tell you. Now all of a sudden their front yard's being dug up. She's getting a new garage. Thank God. She's finally redoing her garage. She's been wanting to do that forever. Anyway, so that's how I see you. Those are the only times I see my friends, even when they literally live next door. That's how little I see my own friends. I don't see anyone. So I'm really sorry if you're my friend listening, is the whole point of all of that. And I want to tell you, I'm a terrible friend. I love you so much. I hope to see you for lunch soon. I hope to go for drinks soon. I hope to go to dinner. I hope your kids are well. I hope your parents are well. And I'm sorry I'm a terrible friend. And I love you to pieces. And thank you for understanding that I am such a bad friend right now because I am literally drowning in work and trying to like keep my kids to like remember about me. Okay, great episode. Thank you for listening. Give me 5 stars. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. All right, that is it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and be sure to follow us at Iconic Nation Media and send us a direct message and comment on some of our posts so that we can hear your feedback and incorporate them into our show. We appreciate you listening, and we look forward to catching you next week.